This is macOS Ken.
Car talk revs up Apple shares. More talk of back to work at work from Apple. And TV Christmas starts in 2 weeks. It is Friday, the 19th of November, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. Debt can feel like a long, dark tunnel. Upstart can be the light at the end of that tunnel. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. That's that light at the end I was talking about. Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, factoring in income and current employment. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/macOSCan. UPSTART, that's upstart.com/macOSCan. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/macOSCan. 7 years after rumors started to rumble, talk of Apple Car can still get motors running. Engadget highlights a report from Bloomberg that did the trick again this week. Secret so-and-sos say Apple is now shifting its attention to a fully self-driving car, not just a more conventional vehicle with semi-autonomous features. New project leader Kevin Lynch wants the very first model to drive itself, the insider said. And he would like to see it before the project turns 12. Lynch and crew are reportedly looking to see the thing drive itself off the line in 2025. Seems ambitious for a couple of reasons. First, a self-driving car is ambitious no matter who's trying to do it. And second, it seems particularly ambitious for Apple since, as was mentioned earlier this week, the company currently has no permits for autonomous autos. Could happen. Then again, Bloomberg and the secret peeps hedge their bets, saying plans are believed to be fluid. I'm not a huge fan of rumor stories, so why are we doing this one? Because investors were huge fans of it on Thursday. Right on the heels of a fresh round of rumors about Apple's autonomous car project, says a report from Mac Rumors, Apple's stock price spiked to a new all-time high. If the Mac Rumors read is correct, Car Talk kicked Apple shares as high as $158.67, a new intraday high for the company. While shares gave back 80 cents, a piece from Mac Daily News says the ending price of $157.87 was enough to establish a new closing high. Shares ended the day up $4.38 after giving back nearly $1. It looks like Apple has pushed back to work at work plans back by another month. CNET says Apple sent word to corporate staff on Thursday, letting them know that offices will be reopening in February. Though CNET doesn't say so, one would have to call that plan fluid as well. Before the memo went out, the stated plan had been for offices to reopen in January. Not making a return to the office, the employee behind the #Apple2 movement. A piece from Engadget says she has settled her beef with Apple, or vice versa. According to the report, Cher Scarlett, one of the lead organizers of the Apple II movement, is leaving the company as of today. In addition to leading the grievance awareness campaign, Engadget says the security engineer was also one of the workers who filed a complaint against the tech giant with the National Labor Relations Board, accusing the company of suppressing workers' organizing efforts and interfering with surveys involving gender pay equity. Scarlett announced the departure, though not the settlement, on Twitter, saying, "Friday is my last day at Apple. I'm taking a bit of time to decide where I'd like to go next, and will announce when I've made that decision." Regarding the settlement, Scarlett's attorney said, "The matter was settled privately, and the request for withdrawal is pending before the National Labor Relations Board. We hope the crucial organizing work at Apple will continue." This month's tragedy at Astroworld in Houston has led to at least a couple of lawsuits against Apple. Astroworld was a music festival headlined by rapper Travis Scott and streamed by Apple Music. According to a piece from Vulture, tragic unfolded around 9 p.m. Friday, the 5th of November, when attendees pushed towards the stage during the rapper's headlining set. When it was over, 10 people were dead, with numerous others injured and/or hospitalized. Now, a number of defendants have been named in a couple of lawsuits, including Scott, Apple, Drake, Epic Records, concert promoter Live Nation, and concert venue NRG Stadium. It's kind of tough to tell whether we're talking about two lawsuits or one amended lawsuit. A piece from iMore says the aforementioned parties are being sued for $750 million. That report says a further lawsuit with an additional 100 plaintiffs is also now in the works via the same attorney. Further makes it sound like a separate suit. And yet a piece from Apple Insider says a revised complaint brings the number of plaintiffs to 282, well above the 125 referenced in the iMore report. The suit covered by Apple Insider says plaintiffs are seeking $2 billion, well above the aforementioned $750 million. It sounds like they're talking about the same suit, except that the Apple Insider piece points back to a separate lawsuit targeting Apple and other parties involved in the Astroworld concert, seeking $750 million. And I'm a tiny bit sick, because I'm trying to untangle the legalese around this seriously horrible tragedy. Forgive me for being human for a moment, but this is going to turn into a money story and a lawsuit story, and 10 people died at a concert. And I don't blame the plaintiffs for suing, and I don't blame the defendants for defending themselves, but 10 people died at a concert. It's hard to blame the survivors for being angry at anyone. Or everyone. As it said it would, Apple has moved to block App Store changes tied to the Epic Games case. Bullet points. The judge in the case said Apple had to allow developers to link to third-party payment methods in apps. Apple asked for a stay of that order pending its appeal of the ruling. The judge said that could take years, so no. That is way oversimplification. Anyway, Apple's supposed to let apps start linking out to outside payment methods by the 9th of December. Now a piece from Apple Insider says Apple has appealed to the Court of Appeal, which seems like a good place to appeal. Quoting part of Apple's filing, Apple has been ordered to change its business model in a way that will harm customers, developers, and Apple itself. The injunction should be administratively stayed before it becomes effective on the 9th of December and remain stayed until the appeals are resolved. The filing goes on to say undisputed evidence establishes that Apple will be harmed by precipitous implementation of this unlawful and inequitable injunction. Apple should not be required to change an integral part of its business model, which has been in place for more than a decade, until this court decides the appeals on the merits. No word on when the Court of Appeal will say whether Apple's appeal is appealing. More news in a moment, but first a word from Headspace. Meditation made simple. Maybe you're afraid to try meditation because you don't know how to do it. You think you'll do it wrong. I know that put me off of meditation for a very long time. Headspace really got me the day the person guiding my meditation said, "There's no right way or wrong way to do this. There's no right way to breathe, and there's no right way to think. We're simply creating a greater awareness of how we breathe and how we think, and it begins by just being." That is from a meditation I did 8 months ago now. And I know I've told you about it before, but that message just so sticks with me. Knowing that there's no wrong way to do it keeps me doing it. Keeps me using the tools that Headspace has brought. Makes it easier for me to get into a better headspace myself. Find some Headspace at headspace.com/macOSken and get 1 month free of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/macOSken today. headspace.com/macOSken. Apple's week of tiny updates continued on Thursday. iDownload blog says the company released watchOS 8.1.1 specifically to address charging issues with Apple Watch Series 7. According to the report, Apple's release notes say that some Apple Watch Series 7 owners have run into issues where the smartwatch won't charge as expected. This software update, which is free, should help fix that problem. Apple Music has made its way to another smart TV. Mac Rumors ran a piece midweek this week saying that Apple's audio streamer has landed on at least some LG smart TVs. The bummer is there doesn't seem to be a list of which sets are supported. If you've got an LG smart TV and want to see if it's smart enough to handle Apple's tunes, you can find out by simply searching for Apple Music in the LG Content Store, according to the report. Wrapping the day in TV land, it looks like Apple and Martin Scorsese are seriously getting along. After tying up on his star-studded historical drama, Killers of the Flower Moon, a piece from Deadline says the jolly good fella is set to direct a biopic about the Grateful Dead for Apple's video streaming service. Anyway, that's the scuttlebutt. Jonah Hill is said to be in to play Jerry Garcia. Assuming all of this is true, it's got the blessing of the surviving dead. The piece says Bob Weir, Phil Lesh, Mickey Hart, and Bill Kreutzmann are on to executive produce, along with Jerry's daughter, Trixie Garcia. No word in the piece on who Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio will play in the film. Another cast member is saying hello to Hello Tomorrow, again to Deadline, where we hear that two-time Oscar nominee Jacki Weaver is joining Billy Crudup in the Retro Future series. According to the piece, Hello Tomorrow revolves around a group of traveling salesmen hawking lunar timeshares. Crudup, who also executive produces, stars as Jack, a salesman of great talent and ambition whose unshakable faith in a brighter tomorrow inspires his co-workers and revitalizes his desperate customers, but threatens to leave him dangerously lost in the very dream that sustains him. Crudup you know from the films Almost Famous and Watchmen, as well as the Apple TV Plus series The Morning Show. Weaver, who will play Crudup's caustic and manipulative mother in the series, picked up her Oscar nominations for Silver Linings Playbook and Animal Kingdom. No word in the piece on when viewers can say hello to the show. And finally today, some say the Christmas season starts the day after Thanksgiving in the States. Others say it starts with Advent. For Apple TV Plus, the Christmas season kicks off on Friday, the 3rd of December. Cult of Mac says that is when Mariah's Christmas The Magic Continues is set to premiere. So far, it doesn't sound as over the top as Mariah Carey's Magical Christmas Special, which debuted last year. That had a list of celebrity drop-ins, including Tiffany Haddish, Billy Eichner, Jennifer Hudson, and Snoop Dogg, just to name a few. This year, the only guests announced are Khalid and Kirk Franklin. In addition to a premiere date, the piece says Carey posted a teaser for the show on Twitter, along with the message, "Warming up the sleigh and prepping the reindeer for our holiday extravaganza together," arriving to your screens December 3rd on Apple TV. Then there's some emoji and the hashtag, "The Magic Continues." Coming up in a few minutes, I made a fairly big deal last week of it being the last dinner party. Oops. RCR Wireless scribe Peter Cohen wraps the week with 3 guests of his own, a sumptuous meal, and a hot cup of chat. The show is called In a Few Minutes. Find it and listen wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Headspace, meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. Advertising handle by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.